Talking about symbolic statements. We've already seen how conditional statements could be written as a P implies Q statement. And the reason we like to use symbols when we talk about statements is because it can get kind of wordy when we're talking about lots of sentences, especially for us math people. And so a symbolic statement simply is using symbols to represent, kind of stand in place of, words or phrases. It have specific types of symbols that you'll need to be familiar with. Any letter like P, Q, R, S, T, A, B, C are going to be the specific statements or phrases, and they're going to be outlined for you. They're going to say, hey, let P represent this statement. Or let Q represent this statement. We've already seen the arrow. It means implies. A lot of times we're going to see it used for the word then in our sentences. The upside down mountain, or V, is going to be or. So anytime we see the word or, we're going to use the upside down V. The little squiggle or tilde is going to be used for the word not, or negation. The three dots here are going to be used for the word therefore. And the upside down V or mountain here is going to be used for the word and. Take a second and notice that it literally looks like the letter A. The double arrow here is going to stand for if and only if. We're going to talk a lot more about if and only if in the next lesson. Before we move on and start writing statements as symbolic, or in symbols, using symbols, let's take a minute and talk about the word not. Not doesn't necessarily mean we get a little squiggle like this. Take the sentence, it is raining. It's raining outside, right? It is raining. There's no not here. But I'm going to say, let this statement be the letter P. Okay? So every time we use the letter P, we're talking about the statement, it is raining. If I wrote something like, it is not raining, it is not raining, that would be the not Q statement. Why? Because it is the opposite meaning of it is raining. It is the negative, the not version for it is raining. However, sometimes it will say, let Q represents the statement, it is not sunny. So, what would our not Q statement be? What is the opposite meaning of Q? Well, the opposite meaning of it's not sunny is it is sunny. Making it the opposite meaning. So while not is a good indicator of whether something is going to have this tilde or squiggle, it isn't always the case. It means the opposite meaning. A double negative makes a positive. Kind of the similar here. We already have a not, and if we add another not, it is not sunny, then that just means it is sunny. When it comes to about what we use for a negation, if you have equal, the opposite of an equals is for it to not be equal. The opposite of greater than is less than or equal to. The opposite of less than is greater than or equal to. The opposite meaning for greater than or equal to is simply less than. Less than or equal to, the opposite meaning of that is greater than. Let R represent the statement, I have a poodle, and let S represent the statement, I have a dog. Write the following statements using symbols. I like to use color when we talk about symbolic statements because it just helps me see where my different statements are going to be. So I have a poodle is going to be my pink, and I have a dog is going to be blue. So taking a look at this first statement, if I have a dog, then I have a poodle. That would be, if I have a dog, that would be my S statement. Then I have a poodle, and so having a poodle is my R statement. Now, do I see any other words that I can use as symbols? Well, yeah, the word then has that implied or the arrow. So my symbolic statement is S implies R, or S then R. Moving on to the next one, if I do not have a poodle, then I have a dog. Having a poodle is my R statement, so not having a poodle is the opposite meaning of my R statement, or my squiggle R. Not R. Then I have a dog. This is my S statement, and we see the word then, which is our implies, our arrow, so not R implies S. I have a dog and I have a poodle. Having a dog is my S statement. Having a poodle is my R statement. And the word that's connecting those two is and, or that upside down V. S and R. This next statement says I do not have a dog or I have a poodle. Having a dog is my R statement. Sorry, my S statement. But not having a dog is my not S statement. Having a poodle is my R statement, and the word that's connecting them is or. So I'm going to use the V, not S or R. In examples, today's weather is sunny, and we need to write the negation. What does it mean to be the opposite meaning? Today's weather is sunny. The opposite meaning of that is today's weather is not sunny. Alice is not going to the play. Well, the opposite meaning or the negation of this statement is Alice is going to the play. X is greater than 2. Well, the opposite meaning is X is not greater than 2. Well, if something is not greater than, it could be less than or equal to. So the opposite meaning, the negation, would be X is less than or equal to 2.